Breaking news has just been confirmed, and it is sending waves of relief and excitement across millions of Americans who rely on Social Security programs. For the first time in a long while, a major update has been officially announced that directly impacts SSI and SSDI recipients. This is not speculation. This is not a rumor. This is now official, and it is something that will immediately catch the attention of every retiree, every disabled beneficiary, and every senior who counts on their monthly payments. Double SSI and SSDI payments are now official, and in today's update we are going to walk you through exactly what this means, when you can expect these additional payments to arrive, who qualifies for them, and why this decision has been made at this particular time. Millions of Americans have been waiting anxiously for any kind of good news surrounding benefits. And finally, there is a breakthrough that is going to make a real difference in household budgets. For so many people living on fixed incomes, life has been a constant struggle against rising prices, medical expenses, food costs, and housing bills. Each month, the arrival of that Social Security, SSI, or SSDI check is what keeps the lights on, the rent paid, and the groceries on the table. But month after month, that check has not gone as far as it once did. Inflation has cut deep, and even the recent cost of living adjustments have not truly matched the increases in day-to-day costs that seniors and disabled beneficiaries are facing. That is why today's announcement is being described as a game changer. Double payments are not just a headline, they are a lifeline, and the fact that officials have now confirmed that this is happening means relief is on the way. The most important detail everyone is asking about is timing. When will these payments actually be made? And will they show up in your bank account or on your prepaid benefit card automatically? According to the latest information released, the double SSI and SSDI payments will roll out in the upcoming cycle, with exact dates depending on your usual schedule. Beneficiaries who typically receive their SSI checks at the beginning of the month will now see 2 deposits scheduled, one at the regular time and one additional payment shortly after. Similarly, SSDI beneficiaries will receive their standard monthly payment on their usual date based on their birth date, and then an additional check will be processed and sent within the same month. This means that for the first time in years, recipients are going to see 2 separate payments arrive in a single month. This development did not come out of nowhere. For months there have been discussions within Congress, the Social Security Administration, and advocacy groups about the growing financial hardship seniors and disabled individuals are facing. Organizations that represent retirees have been pushing hard for some form of immediate financial relief, and with the pressure mounting, lawmakers and federal agencies have finally responded. The confirmation of double SSI and SSDI payments is the result of those efforts and of recognition by leaders that waiting until the next cost of living adjustment would not be enough. People needed help now, and this is the direct answer to that urgent need. Another major point of interest is who exactly qualifies for these payments. The answer is straightforward but very important to understand. All current SSI beneficiaries are included, regardless of whether they also receive other forms of Social Security. SSDI recipients are also included in this program, whether they are receiving benefits due to disability, survivor status, or other qualifying categories. This means that millions of seniors, disabled workers, and their families are about to receive not 1, but 2 checks in the same month. If you are already enrolled and currently receiving SSI or SSDI, you do not need to do anything special to qualify. There are no applications to fill out, no additional paperwork, and no phone calls required. The payments will be processed automatically by the Social Security Administration and sent through the same method you already receive your regular benefits. For many households, this announcement could not come at a better time. Rent is due, utility bills are climbing as the seasons change. Medical costs continue to rise, and groceries are eating up a larger share of monthly budgets than ever before. The confirmation of double payments means that instead of stretching a single check over an entire month, beneficiaries will have an extra boost to help cover those unavoidable expenses. Think about how significant this can be. An additional SSI payment, for example, could mean catching up on overdue bills, stocking up on necessary supplies, or finally scheduling that doctor's visit you had been putting off. For SSDI recipients, an extra check could mean paying down debt, covering transportation costs, or simply having some breathing room in a budget that has felt suffocatingly tight. What makes this news even more impactful is the scale. We are not talking about a few hundred or even a few thousand people being affected. We are talking about millions of Americans, every state, every community, Every city will have seniors and disabled beneficiaries who are now about to receive this additional support. And because these payments are official and guaranteed by the same system that delivers your regular benefits, there is no uncertainty about whether the money will arrive. This is not like a temporary relief program where people have to apply and wait to see if they qualify. This is automatic, this is certain, and this is official. Naturally, people are also wondering why this decision was made now, and whether this is a one-time event or something that could continue into future months. According to the initial announcement, the double payments are being introduced as an emergency measure to provide immediate relief. However, discussions are already underway about whether this could be extended or repeated if economic conditions continue to put pressure on seniors and disabled individuals. While there is no official word yet on future months, the fact that leaders have been willing to approve this measure now suggests that further relief could be possible if the need remains high. For now, though, the focus is on the upcoming payment cycle and making sure everyone understands when to expect their checks. Let's talk about dates again because that is the number one question. For SSI recipients, payments usually arrive on the first of the month. In this case, you will see your normal payment arrive on schedule, and then an additional payment will be made later in the month, typically within 2 weeks. For SSDI recipients, your regular payment arrives based on your date of birth. Those who were born in the first 10 days of the month typically receive their benefits on the second Wednesday. Those with birthdays in the middle of the month receive them on the third Wednesday, and those with later birthdays receive them on the fourth Wednesday. Under this new system, you will receive your normal payment as usual, and then an additional payment will be deposited or mailed out before the end of the same month. This means that regardless of when your birthday falls, you will receive 2 separate checks in the upcoming cycle. For direct deposit users, the money will show up in your bank account automatically, just like your regular benefit. For those who use a direct express card, the funds will appear there as an additional balance. If you receive paper checks, you will be mailed a second check, and while mailing times can vary, the official word is that the checks will be sent promptly to ensure beneficiaries have access to the funds within the same month. The Social Security Administration is emphasizing that no action is required from recipients, and that these payments will be delivered through the same reliable system everyone is already familiar with. The significance of this moment cannot be overstated. For years, beneficiaries have been hearing promises, discussions, and proposals, but very little in the way of immediate, concrete relief. Now, finally, there is something real and tangible that will show up in your pocketbook and make a difference in your daily life. Advocacy groups have already responded positively, calling this a huge step forward for seniors and disabled Americans. Economists have also pointed out that this influx of additional funds will not only help individuals but could also stimulate local economies as recipients spend the money on goods and services in their communities. The question many are now asking is whether this is just the beginning. Could this lead to a permanent increase in benefits, or at least more frequent supplemental payments in the future? While officials are careful not to overpromise, there is a growing recognition that the current system has not kept pace with the reality of living expenses. The approval of double payments now demonstrates that when the political will and public pressure align, real action can be taken. This could open the door to further reforms, and for now, it serves as a clear message that the voices of seniors and disabled beneficiaries are being heard. There is also the issue of trust. Many people have grown skeptical after years of waiting for promised relief that never seems to come. That is why the official confirmation of these payments is so important. This is not speculation. This is not a rumor spreading online. This is now official policy and has been announced clearly for all SSI and SSDI beneficiaries. Trust matters, and knowing that this information is coming directly from official sources should give everyone peace of mind that the money will, in fact, arrive. As we look ahead, it is worth considering how households might best use this additional money. For many, it will go directly toward essentials, rent, food, medicine, and utilities. For others, it may provide a chance to reduce debt, catch up on credit card balances, or set aside a little for emergencies. Each family will make their own decisions, but the important thing is that for once there is flexibility, for once there is breathing room, and for once people are not forced to choose between medicine and meals. That is the power of an additional check, and that is why this announcement is being celebrated as such an important milestone. Even as the details continue to be shared and clarified, one thing is already clear: this news is bringing hope. Seniors and disabled individuals who have felt overlooked, left behind, and squeezed by economic pressures are now being recognized and supported in a real way. Hope matters, and sometimes just knowing that relief is on the way can lift spirits and provide encouragement to keep going. The double SSI and SSDI payments are more than just money. They are a sign that change is possible and that voices demanding fairness are being heard. So if you are an SSI or SSDI recipient, prepare for an important month ahead. Watch your accounts, check your Direct Express card, or keep an eye on the mail, because 2 payments are coming your way. Share this information with friends, neighbors, and family members who may also be receiving benefits, because many people still may not have heard the news. Make sure everyone knows that this is official, that it is happening soon, and that no one needs to take any extra steps to receive their additional check. The coming weeks will be closely watched as the first round of double payments are distributed. Already, people are anticipating the relief and planning how to use this unexpected but much-needed boost. The impact will be felt across the country, in households of every size, in communities large and small, and in the lives of millions who have waited a long time for good news. Double SSI and SSDI payments are not just a headline, they are a reality, and now everyone knows exactly when they will be paid. In conclusion, today's announcement marks a turning point. After years of waiting and hoping, after months of rising prices and growing hardship, finally there is a concrete step that will provide immediate relief to those who need it most. Millions of Americans will now receive double SSI and SSDI payments, and the timing has been made clear. They are coming in the upcoming payment cycle, with details depending on your usual schedule. No action is required, no applications are needed, and the payments will be made automatically. This is official, this is happening, and this is a moment of relief and hope for seniors and disabled beneficiaries across the nation.